I ask your Honor's permission to set up the courtroom for a demonstrative aid.
Permission granted.
An opposing counsel is free to move if they need to see it at any point. May I proceed, Your Honor?
One second. Defense counsel, is the exhibit location suitable with y'all?
That'll be fine with me.
All right. Proceed.
Please introduce yourself to the jury.
Hello, my name is Floyd.
Miss Floyd, what do you do for a living?
I'm what you call an accountant. I work at the Director World.
What do you do at Rock the World?
Oh, well, this and that. I'm in charge of the ticket system there, you know. We use 2 types of tickets and to help people get into the park. And I also keep the books and do the finances and that sort of thing.
How long have you worked at Rock the World?
Oh, sir, you don't want me to give away my age, now do you? Well, it has been probably 3 years now, I think.
Now, you mentioned that you created the wristband system at the park. Can you tell the members of the jury what that is?
Oh, yes. Well, we have 2 types of tickets. The first one is the regular pass. It is not that interesting, really. But then we have the World Tour pass. Oh, that is so much more fun. You have the VIP treatment. You get to go on all the shorter lines and you get to take pictures with his mascot. Oh, he's so cute, so cute. His name is Rory.
Now, you mentioned that you sell World Tour tickets. Would you recognize a World Tour ticket if I showed it to you?
Oh, of course, sir.
I'm now approaching opposing counsel with one of those World Tour wristbands.
Sure. Let's do one.
Yes.
Sure.
And after counsel's review, I'm approaching the witness.
Oh, thank you.
What did I just hand you, Miss Floyd?
Oh, this is that, the World Tour pass.
Is it a fair and accurate copy?
But of course.
Then at this time, the state offers the World Tour wristband in evidence.
Any objection?
I have no objections, Your Honor.
Entered.
Now, Miss Floyd, how does that wristband help you do your job?
Oh, well, sir, you can see here, well, maybe you cannot, it is so tiny. There is a serial number on it, and we use those serial numbers to count how many wristbands we have sold throughout the day, and then we can count, and then we can tell how much money we made.
Did the system, did it work?
Oh, well, mostly, sir, but unfortunately there were a little flaw in the system, and in 2012 I noticed that our records were just weren't matching up. We were not putting in as much money as we thought we should.
Could you explain to the jury what you mean by that?
Well, in that year, the books, they just didn't match up. We had more money than I thought we should have because we were selling, how do we say this? There were bands that I saw in the park that were not these bands. And I thought that those bands were being sold in a replacement of these bands. So there were fake bands at the park, and we were losing money because somebody was giving those away instead of our wristbands.
You mentioned you saw fake wristbands in the park. Would you recognize one if I showed it to you?
Yes, sir.
I'm now approaching opposing counsel with one of those fake wristbands. And after his review, I'm approaching the witness with the same.
Oh, thank you.
What did I just hand you this time, Miss Floyd?
Oh, this is one of those wristbands that I saw.
Is that a fair and accurate copy?
Yes, sir.
At this time, Your Honor, the state offers the fake wristband into evidence.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
So entered.
Miss Floyd, what are the differences between the 2 of those?
There are many of them, but I actually have a diagram, and it shows it bigger, so you can actually see the wristband. They're so small.
Your Honor, permission for Miss Floyd to step down and show us the differences with the demonstrative.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Please step down, Ms. Floyd.
May I take this here?
It's up to your counsel.
That's fine, Miss Floyd. So what are we looking at here, Miss Floyd?
But these are the regular bands, and you can see they're so bright. And then there's the little number right here, and that is the serial number. And then you can see that these are the other bands, and these ones are so faded, and they're just not the right color. And then they do not have the serial numbers. So I know they are not my bands, because my bands don't have the serial numbers on them.
Now that bottom one, is that the one that you usually sell at Rock the World?
No, sir, we do not sell it ever.
Thank you, Miss Floyd. You may have your seat. Did you find these fake-looking wristbands anywhere else in the park?
Yes, sir. I still saw them on the customers in the bar. I knew something was afoot. And so I went to investigate. And I went into the ticket taker's locker, and I found stacks of them all over the locker.
1 second, Miss Floyd. Who's the ticket taker in the park?
Oh, that is a young man. He's very cute. His name is Cameron Poole.
And after you found these fake wristbands in Cameron Poole's locker, what'd you do?
And I brought them to J.C. Longstreet, the owner of the park, very handsome man, very successful. And he said he would call the police.
And after you said that, did he do anything else?
Well, we started to keep an eye out on things. We wanted to make sure that there was actually a problem. And eventually, we discovered that Cameron was stealing from the park in the ticket booth. And we decided to do something about it.
What did you do?
Well, JC decided that he would put me in the ticket booth.
Now, what day did J.C. Longstreet, the park owner, decide to put you in the ticket booth?
That was the 30th of August.
And what happened to you that day, Miss Floyd?
Well, around the closing time of the park, Cameron came up to me, and I see him talking, and at first I said, "Hello, Cameron," and he comes up to me with a knife, and I say, "Oh, what are you going to do with that?" And then I realize he's not in the mood to play, and he says, "Give me all of the money in the ticket booth." And I say, "Cameron, what are you doing?" And he says, "Give it to me, I will carve up your face." And I say, "Not my face, it is all I have, Cameron. Takes the money, take it." And I give him all of the money, and then he runs out.
Did Cameron have a weapon while he was in this incident?
Yes, he has the knife right up to my face.
Now, I'd like to talk to you, Miss Floyd, about the description of that knife. Had you seen that knife before?
Yes, I had seen it with Whitney Bowman just a week or so before August 30th, and he was playing with it. And then when I asked him about the knife, because we're not supposed to have knives in the park, he said nothing to me. He just passed right by.
Thank you, Miss Floyd. I have nothing further.